Probably tomorrow.
All right. Anyway, fuck it. We're going to be going live from my camper. Today will be a fantastic episode, as always, of the Forever Broken podcast. I am Derek Johnson, and with me, as always, is TJ Davidson. And TJ, why don't you introduce our special guest for the evening?
Hey, what's up, guys? Tonight we got a special guest and Sir Robert Wagner.
Hello.
Go ahead
He
and
calls him.
tell the people a little bit about
He's
yourself.
the boss.
Yeah.
I find that slightly disrespectful. Yeah, Robert Wagner. Known TJ for a couple of years now. Army National Guard with him, prior active duty, 101st Airborne.
Well, that was
That's about it,
about
guys.
as good of a fucking info. That was about as good of an intro as you're going to get here on this show tonight. So
Short, sweet, to the
I
point.
will say that's fantastic. That's what I like to hear, man. We appreciate you coming on the show and giving us your fully and undivided attention, or whatever it is we get. So tonight we're actually going to be trying to discuss. This actually comes up. Joke. We got an email. I think we were just talking about this. I think Wisdom is actually a group or something platform,
Maybe like a
whatever.
a social
It
media
was
platform
like
or something.
it was like we want your voice on Wisdom, and that kind of brought up the topic of what is wisdom. So I figured we could talk about that for the evening, and we're just gonna kind of shoot the shit with you and go with it about that and figure out what we can do. So actually, you know what? Yeah, TJ, why don't you let's hear your verse of what wisdom is.
Man, I really don't know, to be honest with you. Like, I guess it'd just be like old age and experience and like kind of common sense and trial by fire. That's what I'm going to give for it.
I mean that makes sense to me. That's kind of what I get from it, honestly. When I think of I think, what do I know because of the things I've done? Well, I had the opportunity to do that others haven't. What have I had the opportunity to learn from that others haven't? And I just really think of it as that. Wisdom, I think of experience. So when it comes to wisdom, I really think of our elderly generation, of our elders. For us, having the opportunity to talk to the generations before us that fought in World War II, Vietnam, Korea. I mean, those opportunities can't be missed because that is an excellent source of wisdom and experience that can't speak.
Right.
So that's kind of what I take of from, wisdom. It's just that experience and that perspective on life and on things that, we haven't had the opportunity to face and deal with. But I could be wrong. I could be just talking out my butt and making things up as I go, like I do.
I mean, I think you're both right. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is when it comes to wisdom, I just think of knowledge that you can only gain by experience, not from sitting in a classroom or anything like that. There's that kind of famous military saying, like, fear an old man in a sport where men die, or a field where men die young. I mean, that's just what comes to my mind. We all kind of touched on the subject of experience. I think that's what the common denominator is when it comes to wisdom, is experience, and it's just knowledge that can only be learned by experience, not by sitting in a classroom or anything of that nature.
Yeah, reading a book.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. And I guess when we're speaking of wisdom, uh, I'd like to ask each of you guys, what's something that you've learned over the years from somebody that you would take as a unique wisdom?
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
That's a deep question. I
Well,
was not prepared.
Well,
for it.
I'll let you sit and relic or sit and think on that one, and I'll try to kind of go ahead and, for me, it's just been a million times where I've been told, not to things for granted, and or not granted. Can't even speak English tonight, but been told a million times, don't take things for granted, and um, you know, the wisdom that I can kind of speak to lately is really from self. Uh, it's hard to think of. There's a million things I've been told over the years, but I guess when I've been told don't take things for granted, I never really took it too seriously until lately. I screwed up. I had to make an example of my this to really set in, but I've sat here and I really took my wife for granted, and it took kind of was like to lose that to understand what I had. So when you sit there and you think about life and what you have, don't ever sit there and think that you have it so terrible all the time. I mean, it's just not worth it, because it can find out how bad it can get. You really don't know. So that's kind of my wisdom that I've learned over the last 3-4 months, is just life can be a lot worse than what we think it is. Um, I took things for granted I wish I wouldn't have, and I would rather people not have to learn from their mistakes, or I'd rather they learn from my mistakes than their own. So I think that's kind of where experience and wisdom comes in, is just teaching others so they don't have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I guess one thing is an old NCO when I was in the Marine Corps told me one time, and honestly I don't even remember who it was, but they said you have to look out for yourself, because no one is gonna care about you the way you care about you. So everybody, like,
Right.
that you're in your leadership or whatever, whether it be in the military or in civilian job or whatever, they always say like they're there for you. They're trying to do the best thing for you, which might be the case, but really, like, they don't give a fuck about you, your life, and your career the way you do. So they're not going to try as hard and push as hard. So if you're having issues, then you're going to have to be, the squeaky wheel that the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know what I mean? So you got to push for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely have to. And I mean, that's wisdom. Nobody's gonna look out for you like you, and that's some of the lessons we have to learn. And sometimes, it is. It's just the hard lesson. You got to figure out yourself. What else do we got? What do you got there, homie? You're the only one that
I
has
mean,
spoken
kind of
on
on
the
the.
things so far.
I mean, kind of going into things aren't as bad as they really are. I've kind of caught myself recently at a. I used to work at a butcher shop, and we had a couple college kids working there, and they were asking me about some stuff with the military, and I guess kind of based off. I mean, I'm only 25, but one thing I feel like I can really credit the military for experience with is the ability to endure through, uh, I guess, those tough times in life. Not necessarily just in the military, but in the civilian world as well. And I was kind of, they were about to go off into college and stuff, and was just kind of trying to tell them, like, sometimes you're gonna get those days where you feel like everything just sucks. This sucks. I can't do it. And I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Whatever, whatever little fucking emotions are in there in your head. And I guess, maybe kind of sit back and look at it like maybe those crazy fuckers like David Goggins or whatever is right. And things aren't really that bad. You can really push through them. And you're really not that fucking tired. You're just being a little bitch. And you're a lot more capable
Right.
than what you think you are and what you're crediting yourself for. And you can go forth and conquer and do a lot better things than what you're currently doing. You're just a little tired and you're just a little weak.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is like I think people underestimate like what they're actually capable of doing, physically and mentally. You know what I mean?
I agree wholeheartedly, and this is something that I've actually had this conversation quite a bit over the years, just because of the you know career I had with EMS and fire. I think that your mentality can take you a lot further than what we want to think it can. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is like some of the only people I've seen live to be 100 are grumpy old fuckers. And I think that's purely
Look, buddy.
based off
Fuck yeah.
their will and their, because if you're pissed off about everything and you're not ready to die, you know what I mean? Like if you haven't accepted it, if you haven't accepted it, you're not going to. So it seems like most of the old like elderly people I met, like old, like hundreds, late 90s, were all upset individuals, as opposed to, younger ones. By younger, I mean like 70s, 80s. Everyone that talked about them was kind of talking about, and even when I talked to them and then before they passed away, it was like, yeah, my life's been pretty good. It's pretty peaceful. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I've made peace with it.
It seems like everyone that goes early has made peace with it, and everyone that lives to be fucking ancient is just too pissed off and too stubborn to let it take them. So I think there's a lot to be said about just being like stubborn, and your mentality will take you as far as you want it to. And I don't think there's a better example of that than living life an extra 30 years. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Just a big old fuck you to Satan.
Yeah. Like, just think about that. Like, what's a bigger FU to something than just being like, yeah, nah, I'm going to live to be 120. Screw you. I drink because think about it. These people that live to be ancient are like, I drank whiskey and smoked cigars every day. I put gravy on my tits. I didn't give a shit. And you're just how's that work? That goes against everything that health says is right. I know you've seen it. You've been in the volunteer world long enough.
I mean, like with modern technology and my level of income, it's not, crazy to think that I can't live to be like, 150, 160.
Right.
You'd be a goofy looking fuck that old.
I'm a goofy looking fuck right now. So
But think about it, man. Like, think about like your elderly generation. Like the ones that live to be super old are like, they're like, what's the secret? And they're like, I don't know. I drink a glass of whiskey every night and smoke a cigar, or I have 15 cigarettes a day. And you're just like, that's not health at all.
yeah,
Like, that's not
good
healthy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, you're just a
But it's
stubborn old
working.
fucker. Just want somebody to come out and say it, you know? What's your secret to being so old? I'm stubborn and I'm pissed off all the time.
I'm fighting until I can't.
Like,
no
that's
more.
what I want to hear. Yeah, I'm just going to fight
I mean,
until,
you
you know what? You were saying?
No, I mean, that whole attitude on it, though. I mean, I think you're really onto something because I mean, I think back to like, I mean, I don't know if you experienced or whatever, but like going to the field or something, like doing a stupid ruck march for some reason, and it's like piss. You've been in the field for a week and it's piss and rain, and like you're just absolutely miserable. Like everything sucks. It's cold. You're carrying 100 pounds on your back or whatever, and you're absolutely miserable. But like I've, I guess back to wisdom and experience. I've realized if you just kind of have that fuck you attitude, like we're gonna get through this, you're gonna fucking like it, whether you fucking hurt or not. Fuck you, pain,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I
then
was.
next thing you know, it's like, hey, this ain't shit, man. Like, and
Yeah, that's what I was just
you're
about
done.
to say, man. Like, how many times have we gotten through something just because we were like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not going to let this beat me. Like, how often does that get us through something? You know what I mean? I mean,
That's a good example of that is like we had a gunny that would he'd get pissed off at us for doing something stupid. Like, you know what? We're going on a fucking gunny run today. We call them gunny death runs. So it's like an 8 mile run or whatever, and at a really fucking fast pace. And I just be like, you know what? Fuck you, gunny. I'm gonna rock this shit and make you look like a dick. Like kind of like Farver getting that bar of soap. Bite it.
yeah.
Make him look like a dick.
Yeah, give me the goddamn soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's just something to be said about, your mentality can absolutely take you as far as you want it to. You know what I mean? And that in itself is wisdom. Is just knowing that. Is knowing that we are capable of whatever we set our minds to. And the David Goggins thing cracks me up because that man is a goddamn monster. But it's nothing I would ever want to do, dude. Like, no part of me is like, you know what I want to do today? I want to wake up. I want to run 27 miles and eat half of a horse. I just don't know. I'm like, I want to wake up this morning, drink a fifth of whiskey, and enjoy life.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the whole, I guess fanboyed about him for a little bit there, and I kind of learned, or at least my understanding of everything on his whole purpose of it is maybe not necessarily the, wake up and run a marathon or like some Cam Hanes shit that one of David Goggins' boys or whatever, but just getting up and doing something you hate doing, or just going throughout the day and doing something you hate doing and not letting it control you. Yeah, discipline.
Right.
But that's something that I think like most Americans lack
100%.
today. Like everybody wants to bitch, moan, and complain about fucking every little thing.
Every time something gets hard or a little bit challenging, they're throwing a little fucking hissy fit.
Like take even boot camp, for example. Like the first time I ever left home to really, not have anything that's like normal life, like television, cell phone, getting get to fucking eat a goddamn hot pocket or whatever the fuck it was. You know, you come home and then like you have all that and you're like, man, this is super fucking nice. Or you go to another country like Afghanistan or Iraq and you see the way those people live.
Wiping with their hand and shit.
Yeah. And then
All
you
right.
get
So
back
to
home
be
and you're
fair, they have it coming.
like, what?
If you're willing to wipe your own ass, with a hand, you have it coming.
Yeah. I mean, you could at least use a camel hide or something, right? Come on. We're not fucking savages here.
Something.
Well, might be, but-
There's something.
They're fucking.
There's something around. Palm
A lot of-
leaves, fucking dick skins. I mean,
This-
something. You know, there's something around to wipe with.
I don't know. Do they believe in foreskin? I didn't see a lot of their dicks, but anyway.
You said a that's whatever. I'll just hold off on that question. You said a lot, so I just there's a lot.
Hey, dude. Hey,
How
a lot of weird
how
shit
many?
happens. A lot
How
of weird
many?
shit happens in war. I'm just saying. A fucking old goat horn. You know, you find something to wipe your ass with. Let's get off the dick. So
Yeah, look, I'm just saying, there's something you can wipe.
shit's gonna
with,
get
you
weird.
know what I mean,
People are gonna get uncomfortable, and you know.
Yeah, they wear enough of those robes and shiny hats and
but
you
to
can't
your
fucking tell
credit,
me
to what you were
that-
saying,
Well, hang on. You can't fucking tell me that you can sell me a fucking 60 disc John Wayne DVD set for $5 fucking dollars, but you can't find something to wipe your ass with.
God damn it.
I can get the,
I'm being,
I can get every Disney fucking DVD for $3.50. But god damn
I'm
it,
telling you.
you're not gonna
toilet
wipe
paper?
your ass with toilet paper. Okay,
Come on.
Not even one ply.
bro. My favorite thing was I tried buying a pistol holster from him, and he's like, no, Sir Toddy, great Afghan quality, and I was like, you just sold yourself down. I'll pay you, and I'll give you a monster can and a thing of Axe soap,
Slightly used.
slightly used.
Still good condition. Don't lowball me. I know what I got. Hey, buddy, my
Yeah, don't
friend.
lowball
No,
me,
my
I know what
friend.
I got.
Good deal, just for you.
Good deal, $40. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'll give you the fucking monster can and a thing of Axe soap. That's what you're getting. Don't tell me good Afghan quality, my ass. Like that's like trying to sell a fucking turd to a minor.
You know, like
I mean, I guess
You
if
ain't
you
gonna-
wanted to buy an IED or something like that, that might be a good thing to read on it, maybe.
well, resale value.
Yeah.
Depends on the region.
I mean, some of them I guess were good, some of them were not. I saw some pretty impressive
Good
VBIT
daisy,
videos and
good
stuff
daisy
like that.
chain IED. Great Afghan quality.
Good deal. Hey, buddy, just for you. Buddy, my friend.
Good deal,
Great deal.
buddy. Hey, run
come with
over
cell
it. Good deal. Pressure plate, come with cell phone. Good deal, buddy. Daisy chain, 1.2 miles long.
Oh shit. We're gonna get banned again.
That's the shit.
Again, y'all got banned
Oh,
one?
Yeah. Yeah, on
That's what
fucking
it
like episode number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, I think it was episode number 2 we got fucking kicked off. It is what it is, man. 5 or 6 times. It's not like anyone in the Middle East is listening to us.
We're close.
We're pretty close, yeah. We've got Moscow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Moscow and Hong Kong.
Hold
Somewhere in
on.
the middle there, you know.
I'm going to check this. I'm gonna check this actually because I think we've got close on that. You guys talk
while you're
about
checking that.
something.
We were talking earlier before we started the podcast, and I don't know, an episode or two back, we were doing like a listener's input about how you make things light in tough situations, and we're talking about I think you were in Terrancott,
Yep.
getting rocket attacks. If you want to go ahead and tell that story?
We used to get rocket attacks, like, I wouldn't say every night, but it was pretty darn close to every night. And by the 107 millimeter rockets they got over there, and we had this medic with a lazy eye. So, I mean, obviously, if you've ever met somebody with a lazy eye, you know they got that one cockeyed eye, and it was about sunset, sometime after Ramadan, kind of towards the tail end of the deployment. So we were all out of fucks to give, and we're all sitting there, and next thing you know, you hear, and you just hear like about 20 rounds just go off, and you hear the medic. He's outside watching a movie on his laptop or some shit, and he just goes, "Man, y'all motherfuckers are more cockeyed than I am. Fuck, can't shoot worth a shit." We all just kind of busted out laughing over the fact because he's over there with a lazy eye and making fun of the fucking Hajis over there because they fucking 0 for 20 that night, and thankfully pretty much the whole deployment. So
Going back to how we make things light out of tough situations is just the dark humor. The guy had he was making fun of himself for his lazy eye, and kind of lightened it up for everybody else there.
I don't. I think the closest we have is near Budapest.
Is that New York?
Yeah.
something with Buddha. There's got to be China. Buddhism.
Pretty sure it's in India.
I think Buddha.
I didn't go to college.
Slovenska.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hold on here. I can't. I don't have a clue. The fucking whole map is just shit I can't pronounce. The one's very definitely in Russia.
Like
I
back
think
when
that one's
you hear,
Warsaw.
you ever watch foreign news channels and they're pronouncing all these places? And
We
it's
have
like
one in Warsaw.
old diesel engine trying to crank.
This one's like maybe it's Germany. I have no idea. No, it looks like ostrich. But not.
I've never even heard of that.
It's a big bird.
It's north.
Slightly,
It's
slightly
northeast
larger than a
of
turkey.
Italy. It's northeast of Italy.
That explains it right there. Northeast. You know Italy.
Yeah, I know Italy.
Big boot.
Yeah,
Northeast. Like
grandfather was
up-
Italian.
And it looks like.
Even though I'm white as fuck.
Yeah, I got nothing, man.
We're getting closer. It's all right.
Is that where all the listeners are at, apparently? Or?
Yeah. Every one of them. They're all from Budapest.
Hold on, this one's close. It's not even in English.
Well, I mean,
Holy
foreign countries
shit!
are.
I have no idea where this. Hold on, I didn't know it's. I have no fucking idea, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh fuck! It doesn't. No, it's not even fucking in. No, there's not even like an English trans.
For the country, for the name of the country. What are we talking about
It's
right now?
it's to the west of Algeria.
Well, that explains it all.
Is that in
Hold on
Africa?
here. I'll send you.
Pretty sure.
I'll send
that's
you a
South
picture.
America. Fuck if I know.
It's all in Pokemon faces.
I'm
Like
not
it's
sure what that
you'll understand. I'll send you a picture. Hold on. I don't. It's all in the Arabic like cursive.
Gotcha.
Symbols.
You tell
So
me.
is it just names? Or oh, sweet baby Jeebus.
You
Yeah,
see what I
it's
mean?
Turkey, I think. Izmir.
I think Turkey as well, because there's Istanbul, not Constantinople.
Maybe if we pulled up like a world map and like compared it or something.
What do you want? Not in English.
If-
Is
I don't know. It's on
That's a
my.
little
This
sketchy.
is this is what I get when I pull up the fucking deal for our fucking RSS feed.
Get a refund.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I saw,
So we've got
I'm pretty sure I saw this word right here on a road sign in Afghanistan.
so Antalya.
Antalya.
I mean, would you agree with me
There's
that
Turkey.
that's like Greece probably area? You see, because there's Turkey.
Yeah, so go down to
For-
closer to. Move your thumb there.
Bulgaria.
Yeah, around like Jordan, ish. Like
Iraq, Syria.
Egypt.
Because there's yeah, that's Jordan.
Egyptish. Jordan.
Is that like we're looking
You
at?
see
the
what I
dot
mean?
Right here.
Yeah, I think so.
Man, that's a little sketch. But hey, whatever. Welcome.
You see what I mean, though? It's
Well,
not just me not.
Yeah, well,
It's not me
hi
being
to
racist. I
those
just
listeners.
literally can't read the shit.
Well,
I can barely read English, so I mean, I've been practicing my words.
we worked on your letters today too.
Yeah, we did.
Numbers, great.
I'm getting better.
Welcome to the U.S. military.
My goal is to just be a better version of myself today than I was yesterday.
That's not hard.
And I think
That's
that
why
I'm fucking
the
killing
Air
it.
Force has the most letters.
Well, they're really good versions of themselves. Fuck them.
That's what you see. What I'm saying, though. We're still working on English.
Yeah.
That's why you have Navy, Army, Marine Corps, Air Force.
Don't even get me started on Space Force. Mainly because I
Fucking
don't know
Space
jack
Force.
shit about it.
What the fuck do they do?
Man, all I know is that those recruiters said that they had jobs that are out of this world.
Huh.
Too much of a.
Yes, that's the lowest fucking highbrow joke we've fucking said on this show so far.
And I've said some pretty shitty jokes.
I guess I'm just not surprised because I work with him all day. But yeah,
That's highbrow
what he
humor.
gets.
I don't care who you are.
God damn it, Davidson.
That's highbrow humor. I don't care who you are. Oh my god, I needed that today. That was fantastic. Sorry. You can't say out of this.
Send it to him because
This world right now without me thinking of Sing 2
Yeah.
because my kids have watched that show nonstop. I just
fucking
every
loop.
time you say that, I just think of Gunter and being like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's out of this world." Oh yes,
He's a little
like totally insane.
in theater. It's a whole thing. Like you'll understand later.
Gunter's is a German pig on the show. And he's like totally crazy. Fucking
Good.
TJ knows.
You
what
have a
I'm
pretty
talking
good
about.
German accent.
Deutsche Schweine.
Yeah, delicious. He's fantastic. He's really good. The whole show. I don't know. I have you know, I have a child's IQ, so it makes sense, really.
I think my favorite part of the whole show is where they all like sneak in riding that little fucking Zamboni or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Wars.
I'm more disappointed in myself for knowing the song that plays when that happens.
Right.
I am anything in life right now. Because that's the song that plays when they're going up the elevator.
Yeah, I think what's her name, Billie Eilish or whatever the fuck. That's that song or something like that.
Sure,
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Anyway,
I know.
next point.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna
Anyways,
bring up that the suicide hotline has a new number as of today. I want to say
Yes.
today,
Yesterday.
tomorrow,
yesterday, the
Yesterday.
16th of July.
Recently.
So
It's the
instead of
16th,
being
so
that fucking 37
18
number
digit
fucking phone number they have, it's 98.
988. It's like 911, but not.
They're 8 instead of 1s.
It's like if you want to eat a bullet or you ate a bullet.
Past tense.
Wait, that was probably pretty
Do
dark.
not call that number if it's past tense after
Yeah, I
eating
think-
a bullet.
Yeah, I think it's you're a little bit.
Might just want to
Past that point.
slide that in there. You should dial 911 if you ate the bullet.
988.
Oh, well, at first I thought we were going with the German thing. 9.
9. I ate the bullet. Sorry.
Too far.
A little bit dark. My bad.
Suicide's never the answer, but it's always an option.
Wait.
But don't do
Wait
it.
a minute. No.
Wait, what?
That's not what we're trying to get here. I'm like, I appreciate you trying to, get in there and be
9-8. Before you
It's the first
9-8
thing
ate a
that came to my
bullet.
head.
Yeah, before you ate a bullet, call 988 and talk to the suicide prevention hotline. And if you can't remember to call them, call us because we'll answer and we'll make really terrible jokes about it, just to get you through it. Because we've kind of talked about it. How we get through the dark and the bullshit is dark humor.
rough times.
I feel like
So-
that's the number one answer across the board.
Yeah.
with everybody.
Just if you make a joke about it and lighten the mood with everybody around you, that really makes a huge difference. Which is another reason that I think a lot of people really misunderstand veterans or people, in the fire service and police and EMS, everybody else, nurses, doctors. You have to deal with a
Right.
bunch of really fucked up shit on the daily. That's why we don't have like normal friends. And if you do, then you most likely can't be yourself around them, is because people just don't understand why we are the way we are.
I can't even hardly associate with
Normal people.
coworkers and people that never, not even necessarily even
Right.
just deployed, but never people that didn't even just go to MEPS even. I mean, like, even those people I get along with better than just people that were, oh, I would have joined, but yada, yada, yada. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I guess, but
Yeah, I was gonna be
you know
a
what I'm talking
Marine,
about. Those
but
types of people, they're like, oh, I wish I would. Like, I mean, I work with a guy now. It's like, man, I wish I was over there in Afghanistan just stacking bodies. Like,
shut up.
I don't really know
bitch.
if you do,
don't
man.
know.
But hey, he probably would have died, but and probably deserved it too if you have that kind of attitude about it. But whatever, man. I mean,
Hey,
Or the classic,
hey,
like
hey.
I was gonna join
Hey!
him, but if a drill sergeant got in my face, I'd fucking punch him. You know,
Hey,
fuck you.
hey, hey! If the drill instructor would have gotten my face, I'd have cowered down like a little bitch, like I did.
Right.
Stuttered a few times, voice crack, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Hi, sir. And yeah, I got hit by my drone strike. I sat there and just thought, what the fuck just happened? He threw a flying fucking he did a Superman punch and hit me, and I went, what the fuck just happened? And mainly because I didn't see it coming.
That'll usually get you.
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't see it coming. And then
I feel like
everyone was like, well, everyone was like, you know, God, years after, they're like, drill instructors aren't allowed to say cuss words, let alone punch you. And I'm like, really?
Do what?
I mean, this is going to sound pretty bad, but my girlfriend just went through basic training for a second time. Long story. We're not going to get into it. She did graduate the first time, but
good job.
she did graduate in the delayed entry program, but whatever. Things happen. Ex-husband. But, I mean, she was talking about it when she went through this last time, and it's been since I got off active duty, obviously. I mean, this was just like less than 2 years ago. They don't even smoke people anymore.
No, she's
like,
older than you, isn't
drop
she?
you. What's that?
She's older than you, isn't she?
By a year.
I knew it. I just wanted to.
Pretty good, yeah.
Oh, I just feel better about myself. I was like, she's got to be a little bit older.
Not much, but she is a little bit older than me.
That's fantastic.
But she was talking to me about it because she was comparing it. It was pretty cool because she was comparing her through in like 2014 or something like that to now.
Right.
And even
Jesus
that,
Christ,
like, I mean,
I'm
because
old.
I went 2015 and it wasn't crap.
Jesus Christ,
But
I'm old.
even, yeah, I mean, I kind of go through those same things too. I mean, we got people coming to the guard unit that weren't even born during 9/11. Like, but I mean, she was talking about how much it's changed. Like, I mean, I said it to him. You're talking about getting punched. I was like, they couldn't touch us when I was at basic. I mean, I wouldn't try.
Oh my God.
I mean, we still got the dog. I mean, I wouldn't say dog shit smoke. We still got smoke, but.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Because yeah, that was 2001, huh?
When did you first basic?
2008.
I feel like I'm a shitty
me too.
Guy who's like 10 years younger than you, crashing at your house. But you know,
yeah, we won't fucking talk about that. Thanks for bringing it up, asshole. I mean,
holy shit.
As of today, staff sausage. I mean, staff sergeant, but whatever.
Holy shit,
in
man.
boot camp, there's one thing that always stands out to me in boot camp when people say, like, oh, they're not allowed to fucking touch you, blah, blah, other than, like, to correct you, you know. So if you go to the position of attention and you're not doing it right, then they can move your hand or whatever. But the one thing that'll always stick out to me is when I went through boot camp, we had this little book that had green covers on it, so we called it our little green monster.
Green monster.
And what it was just a book of Marine Corps knowledge. So, like, you know,
that couldn't have been a big book.
Yeah, just like history, fucking like Marine Corps history. And, you know, like uniform regulations, like shit like that. And there's this kid that was always fucking up, and I remember my drill instructor came out and he's like, "Where's your little green monster?" So right here, sir. He's like, "Hold it in front of your face." And he's like, "No, closer." So the kid like moves his book closer to his face, and this drill instructor just reared back and just punched the fuck out of that book, like as hard as he fucking could. And it was right in front of the kid's face. So like he just hits this kid, dude, like leaves his feet, lands on his fucking shoulders. He's out for a couple of minutes. No big deal. You know. And the drill instructor, so one thing they always said when they want everybody to look at him was like eyeballs. So they're like, click, sir. And he's like, what the fuck? Did y'all see me hit, recruit so and so? We're like, and he's like, did the drill instructor hit him or did his little green monster hit him? And we're like, the green monster hit him, sir. He's like, goddamn right. You're goddamn right. The green monster hit him. The drill instructor didn't.
That's awesome.
And
that's
like,
awesome.
I'm like, brother, you just knock this motherfucker out. Like, but the kid never did that shit again. I don't remember what.
Yes,
I don't exactly.
I
I don't exactly remember like what it was he did,
But he never fucking did.
but
it
he never
again.
fucking did it again. I do remember that.
And I might be
Oh,
young as
shit.
here, but that's something they might need to bring back. Just saying, suggestion, because
Yeah.
Oh
good
shit!
fucking luck.
no, they won't. They won't bring it back. We're fucked. But
I got in trouble in 2019 and we went to Fort Chaffee, Arkansas for our annual training, the 2 weeks out of the year that we go like air quote active duty, for our training and stuff. And there's this one kid that's, as fucked up as a pair of swimming
I
cleats.
told you, don't get me started.
Yeah, I know.
Don't get me fucking going.
And
I
You're
don't want
getting
this
started,
podcast to be the
brother.
reason why I get kicked out.
yeah,
You're getting
he's just
started.
a real fucking piece of shit. But anyways, I was yelling at him, and it wasn't nothing like crazy. Like I wasn't. It's like he was, a solid 10 feet away from me, and I was yelling at him, and I had a higher up be like, "Hey, Davidson, you need to calm down." I'm like, "Right, Roger that," but like he's a fucking piece of shit, and he's fucked up, and he's unfucking
And he's fat as fuck.
yeah,
He's
pretty much.
fucking worthless.
So today I asked if I would buy him a pair of maternity camis if I would get in trouble because he looks like he's goddamn fucking pregnant about to have a baby. Anyway, I got in trouble for fucking yelling at him. And when they told me I need to fucking like, hey, would you don't yell at him? I thought they were kidding. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. And I kept yelling like, you need to go back to the fucking barracks. I was like, are you guys fucking serious right now? Like, I'm getting in trouble for trying to correct one of my peers that's all fucked up. I'm like, yeah, you can't do that. I'm like, well, we don't get deployed and sent overseas to crochet fucking blankets and bake these motherfuckers. Like, we don't bake them goddamn cupcakes. We go there to fucking kill people and break shit.
Fuck, my recruiter lied to me.
No, you joined the crochet blankets.
Baking
Yeah,
cakes,
I
goddamn
thought it was gonna be like a.
I
I
know you
thought
can,
it was gonna make a good side business
Listen,
later on in life.
I know you can make duck calls, but I don't know that you can
I
make.
can make a good.
I
duck
don't know
call.
that you can make a good blanket.
Probably not. I'd probably end up stitching myself, but
I'd like to see that actually.
stitch myself or the duck.
You're just trying to watch you
I fucking wouldn't. That would hurt.
crochet a blanket. That's
I'm all for embrace the suck and go through the pain, but something about
Hey, while we're on that subject, I'm going to go ahead.
crocheting blankets.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and plug your business here. You got a RJW Game Calls
Yes.
making duck calls, goose calls, turkey
Duck calls, goose calls, turkey calls.
Am I missing anything?
I'll make it all.
He's actually.
I'll make it all. I mean, my main go-tos are the duck and the turkey, but I've made deer calls. I made squirrel calls. I haven't made an elk call yet, but if somebody wanted an elk call, I'd give it the old college try.
Hey, they're actually
Do it,
really
man.
fucking good.
No, I believe it, man.
I've used. Well, I haven't used a duck call, but I used this goose call on a hunt, and turned out really fucking well. I was only there for like 3 hours, and in the 3 hours I was there, I shot 3 geese.
Geeses.
But
Fucking Canadians.
I had my yeah. Tell me, boot it. Ooh, sorry. But anyway, that goose call is fucking top goddamn notch. So if anybody that's listening is an outdoorsman or a hunter that needs any calls, hit me up, Joe Mingo on the Facebook page, and ask me about RJW game calls, and I get you hooked up. So I was just gonna plug it real quick since we weren't really
I
talking
like
about
it,
much
man.
there.
I like it. I like it, man.
Veteran-owned company.
What else you got? Veteran owned, as he's supporting the local FD. I think Washington
I mean,
Fire.
everything with the company too is. Yeah, I felt like I was the awkward one out, not wearing a hat, and I've kind of got the whole 25 and balding going. So I'm not really ashamed of it, but I just kind of felt like I wanted to.
Mine, I got the 33 and like receding, but I'm pretty sure my hairline was receding since I was.
Yeah,
like
I was born
17.
like that, so
Yeah, right.
consider yourself lucky.
God, and I'm 32 and bald. I mean, you can, as you can tell.
Yeah, with your beautiful locks of hair. Fuck you.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I know this is like day one of me like meeting you, but like, yeah, fuck you on that one. I mean, like, I'm not ashamed, but like,
Derek's over here looking like
Hey,
a
you're
fucking,
killing it.
Derek's brunette, goddamn Chris Hemsworth, just
I'm pretty sure I
fucking-
saw Sasquatch in the woods. And he
just
had less hair
goddamn
than
beautiful
that.
hair.
It's pretty terrible, let me tell you.
Dude, remember Gabe's hair? He had some beautiful fucking hair going on.
He did. He had some great hair going, man. I'll tell you what. It was like a full on, well, quite frankly, it was like looking at a pony's ass.
Yeah. The tail, not the actual, like sphincter.
I wasn't even thinking of that part, but all right.
I mean, his mouth looked a little bit like a sphincter, but I mean, it is what it is. What do you do?
He is still a beautiful specimen.
He really is. We miss him on the show.
Yeah.
I
Hopefully
miss
he'll be
Gabe,
back soon.
man. Anyways, what else on the show?
We went down a deep rabbit hole, though. We went from wisdom to sphincters, but
No, that happens.
I mean,
Quite
we
often,
killed
actually.
him.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not going to say that. But
That's pretty much. Anyways, I don't know what's recent in the news. I don't pay attention enough to care.
How about that Griner chick that was in the WNBA and then she gets arrested in fucking Russia?
Oh,
And
yeah,
now she's
yeah,
pissed off
yeah.
that America won't come and save her when she didn't like America because we're all privileged and racist. But now that she needs America, she's blaming us for not saving her when she went over there to smuggle drugs or whatever the fuck it was she did.
Yeah. She sat there
I mean,
and
I don't
took,
know much about it.
she got arrested in Russia on the way back because she was smoking pot. But before
I
she
mean, I'm not
left,
against the whole marijuana thing, but you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Me either.
Jack. You can tell you that to the bank.
like when you know it's illegal in the country you're going to, maybe
Fucking
don't
do
carry it around in your backpack.
Like, if you go out of the country, just don't do fucking stupid shit. Because you're not in America anymore. You can't just be like, oh, sorry, like I did this, and you can't just get a fucking lawyer and, get some.
Yeah, the U.S. is super lenient.
Just say you're offended by it and you'll get away with it.
Yeah. Not in Russia.
Yeah,
Well,
not in other countries.
I mean, there's some things about Russia that I 100% agree with and 100% disagree with. But
Like their president, I 100% agree with him.
I love, and I'm. This is coming not just from the Russian politics, but after getting out of the military, the first job I had was with Home Depot's overnight freight, and there was a Russian guy I worked with there who was a immigrant from Russia. He was orphaned in Russia. Like, he is Russian. He has a Russian name, Pavel Duga. There's some 6 name, whatever, but speaks Russian. But one thing I love about that is they're just, I don't give a fuck you attitude. In a sense.
Well,
they have like a zero bullshit policy.
They're not worried about offending everybody.
Yes, I love it.
You know, here you can't say fucking anything because anything you say is going to get twisted and turned around to be offensive, and now you're the fucking bad guy.
Well, and to stick up for, fucking Jesus Christ, sorry, love bugs. Anyway, to stick up for what's his bucket, Russian president
Putin.
He at least puts his country first, which is more than our president can say.
I don't think our president can say much, but I don't think I'm also
our president can't say shit.
Whatever.
Yeah, I've been there. We had Obama in as president, and I got in trouble quite a bit while I was in talking shit about how he was a piece of shit. So I'll say it for you.
Is that when
our current president's a piece of shit?
Everybody was allowed to talk shit about Trump when he was president, and military members could talk all the shit they wanted about him. Sure. But all the other presidents, you can't say that. That's your commander in chief, you know.
Yeah, welcome to the party.
And I'm not saying like I'm a huge Trump supporter. I understand like he said a lot of dumb shit like on Twitter and stuff that a leader of a nation probably. But
it's
still kind of a double standard there.
Hey, look,
I miss my $1 a gallon gas.
Me too. Look, all politicians are cunts.
Affordable electric bills.
Fuck them.
Oh, they're all corrupt and fucked up in some sort of way, just some less than others.
Yeah, even Dan Crenshaw is fucking, as much as everyone wants to suck his dick, fucking, he's a cunt too. So, fuck him. I don't give a shit about politics. I don't give a shit about politicians. They're cunts. They all do corrupt shit. You guys are unfortunately fired into the world of you're not allowed to have any identity in politics or into that world. You know, I'm just here to speak my mind, stand up and do what you guys are standing up for our rights to do.
Yeah, man. It's kind of fucking wild when you think about it, though. Like,
the people that stand up for our freedoms to do this shit aren't allowed to use the freedoms we have. And it's sick to me.
Well, you sign away your rights when you sign that dotted line, you know?
Yeah, it just breaks my heart, dude.
Pretty shitty, honestly. Because you really,
that's what I'm saying.
You don't have a voice like the rest of America. You know, even if you get in trouble, you know, you can't just go get a lawyer. I mean, you can't. It depends on like the severity of the situation, but like, they just don't care. Like, oh, you fucking did this. So and so said you did this. Well, fuck you. We're gonna take your rank, take your pay for 2 months, and you're pretty much confined to your room. We're gonna take your TV, take your radio, and you're gonna do extra duty.
Right.
Like stripping and buffing Sergeant Major's quarterdeck for 2 months. Or in my case, we're going to give you a really big hammer, and you're going to make these big rocks into small rocks.
Right. The whole thing just sickens me a little bit that the primary people that stick up for our freedoms have no freedom.
Yeah, I mean, it's really wild when you think about it, honestly. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I just can't imagine. This is another rabbit hole we've gone led down, but I can't imagine going back in time and sitting there knowing and thinking fully and understanding completely that everything I was standing up for, I wasn't allowed to have.
Right.
Like, I feel like that's something that
Basic
should be
freedoms.
included. I feel like that's something that should be included into the rights of, like, when you sign your MEPS paperwork, is like, hey, you're giving away all your freedom. They should just put it that way.
Yeah, no shit.
You know what I mean? I can't imagine fucking sitting there knowing everything I know, not being allowed to speak my mind freely on what I know.
Well, that's like, recruiters or like, all military units right now they have a trouble with their
Right.
retention numbers. Well, why the fuck do you think you have a problem with retention numbers? Is because you have grown ass men and women that you treat like fucking middle school kids, and then the pay is shit. The work fucking sucks. They have no say over what the fuck they do throughout their day.
Right.
Like even their weekends and holidays, they have rules and restrictions on all of it.
Yeah, I just can't imagine. It's like living with your parents again, except you're a grown ass adult. Unless you're not a grown ass. I can't even. Hold on.
Like,
I can't say shit because most people in their fucking mid-20s anymore live with their adults, except for you, because you're actually a grown-ass fucking adult. But a lot of fucking mid-20s fucking people
surprisingly
live with their goddamn parents and shit still anyway, and never have. It's fucking wild to me to like sit there and you're in a unique situation where you have all this shit that like you probably know and you want to understand and you want to sit there and say something about. You can't because of the contract you've signed and shit like that, which is just what I'm getting at. Is that it's sad that we're in that situation. But I mean, you're in a pretty good spot. I mean, you can at least you can say more than what a lot of people can because you have at least the knowledge and the wisdom,
life experience.
Yeah, the wisdom to sit there and actually say something about half the shit that most people don't have the opportunity to speak about. So I'm proud of you.
That's kind of one weird thing I've noticed, and I don't know if anybody else can speak on this, but like since I've gotten out, I've noticed is how much like the civilian population just kind of bashes the Muslim culture over there. That they're all just these, and I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, but these just that they basically have this opinion that everybody over there is just terror.
Right.
And I mean, I'm not. Like I've heard the whole saying, like, our mission over there was to win the hearts and minds of people that didn't have either. And I'm not disagreeing with that either, but I found myself standing up kind of an experience and wisdom thing as, I got out, I was, by second math, 22 when I got out of active duty. And like, I found myself like standing up for these like Afghans and stuff. because everybody was like, oh, they're just Muslim, whatever, terrorists, we should nuke them, yada, yada, yada. And in reality is they're like not. And I mean, I kind of feel weird in that aspect. It's like I'm a 25-year-old. I mean, I say kid, I guess, but I mean, I've done a lot more than most people, but it was just kind of weird to me the fact that like some people are so ignorant on a lot of subjects out there that
Like
I
that
wouldn't
comes
say are
back
obvious,
to kind of
but
maybe you can correct me if you see this different. I see things because of my experiences as well. Is that, you know, if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. But if you're a good person, you're a good person. And that's kind
I
of
can't argue with that.
like, I just don't understand why people sit there and go any. I don't understand race. I don't understand culture. None of that shit really makes sense to me because at the end of the day, your actions are the only thing that speak value to what you are as a human. So that's
Well,
kind of,
you know, treat others the way you want to be treated.
right.
Plain and simple. You know, fuck. My parents told me that since I was knee high tall to the grasshopper. I don't even fucking know how long. You know what I'm saying? Like, just if you don't want to be treated,
But
if
at
you
the
don't want
end of the
someone
day,
treating you the way that you're treating people, then don't fucking do it.
but after everything we've been taught in life, how much of that stands true? You know what I mean? Like, how many people actually
I think
believe that?
that's civilian. I mean, not a whole lot, but I mean, like one thing I could honestly speak of, and I kind of refer to this a lot too. Um, I mean, I was a redneck from Texas, grew up that way. I mean, I won't go too far down the rabbit hole, but I mean, like when I would go back on leave and active duty. One of my best friends was a gay guy from Florida and a Muslim from New York, and I was the redneck
Right.
from Texas. And I mean, it was just the three people you never thought you'd see be, going out to dinner or whatever on a Friday night after, after final formation or whatever, going to parties together and stuff like that. And I think, being in that situation, I guess kind of you saw past all that and realized all your commonalities and stuff like that. And I see that so much with civilians and stuff like that. We're so quick to judge people, and we realize then when you kind of, or I guess get forced in that situation, you realize you have a lot more in common. And
You know, I talked about this on a couple of episodes ago. You know, talking about like everybody thinking like the media has us all divided or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you actually go out and talk to your neighbor,
you have
you
a
know,
lot more in common.
be a part of your fucking community and talk to people, you have way more in common than you realize. It doesn't matter your background, your race, your culture, or whatever. Like you have way more in common than you think you do. You know what I mean? Because
I mean, wholeheartedly.
you know it's instead of trying to like divide yourself into groups, if you would just go out and see people and realize that we're all the same. We have differences, you know, like religion is a big one. You know, people that are Christian compared to, you know, Muslim or, you know, Buddhist or whatever it is. Yeah, you have differences, but your core values of like your family values when you were raised, most people are very similar. Just be a good person.
And I mean, I think
And I guess
the good person traits are pretty much almost the same across the board.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, at the end of the day,
I guess for me, just because of the most people seem to overlook it. You
Well, no,
sit
like
there and
I feel like
you just point very distinctly obvious traits that are completely opposite of each other, but people don't understand how simple it is on page. And you're sitting there and
Yeah.
you're saying, you know, like complete opposites. And and that goes beyond anything. Race and all this shit goes beyond anything. And we sit there and we have politics, right? Where we have left and right. And right now, we've never been more divided as a country because of stupid shit like that. And
Right.
it's just to me that we're so fucking stuck up our own asses that we aren't actually paying attention to these things.
Well, another thing when we talk about politics is like the left and the right. Like we get so caught up in, you know, the left side and the right side fighting against each other, where we don't realize that we're on the same side, like as a whole. We need to be focusing on what is going on with our leadership. That's what we need to be focusing on, not whether you're a Democrat or Republican or whatever the fuck you, whatever party you identify as. You know, we are the American people need to get together, figure their shit out, get over your differences, and realize that we have no fucking control over what is going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like if everybody realized that, like instead of fighting each other, maybe we should find a common ground, stick to that, and then all vote or do whatever we have to do to make the change in our government. If that makes sense. And I air quoted the vote part of that for anybody that's not watching the video. What do you think, Derek?
I like it. I think that we've hit an hour and 10 minutes, and we're about to the point where we've hit a lot of the topics I usually like to hit by this point of time. And now's the part where we sit there and we talk about listeners and how much we appreciate them.
Yeah, so get your buddies to listen to us and get your buddies' buddies to listen to us, because our entire, like what we're trying to do is build a community of people that can help each other, right? So if we have you guys pushing us out to your friends and then your friends pushing us out to their friends, our community is just going to grow. So all we can do at that point is reach more people to realize that there's an outlet and people that are there willing to listen to your issues and trying to help you.
At the end of the day, what we want to do is build a community that knows that they can look out for each other and that will be there for each other. So that's what we're looking to do. That's what we want from you guys. And, you know, keep giving us your best ideas. Keep giving us what you want to hear. Be real with us. Be honest with us. If you're not, it makes it harder for us to do our job. And that's listen to you guys. So if you need anything, like we've always said, reach out to us. We're always here available. That goes for everybody. Reach out to us. We're available on the NeverBroken Society of Misfits. We're on Netflix, YouTube, YouTube, NewTube, wherever the fuck you find us. We're not actually on Netflix, but
I ain't gonna lie, I was really confused by that.
I was really hoping we could be available in places like that by now, but we're not. So you get what
Can
you
you
get.
listen? Okay.
No,
It's
you
just
can't.
movies, TV shows.
I'm dumb. I'm 25 and I'm dumb. I don't know stuff about technology.
He said,
Anyway.
I don't TV.
Yeah,
I'm a
we're on
13 Fox. That's all
Hulu.
I know. So
We're on Hulu. We're on Riverside. We're on Buzzsprout. RSS feed. We actually are on YouTube live right now, actually. So if you guys need anything, excelente.
well, it's a good thing
We are on places.
Yeah, not this time.
We have Instagram. We have Twitter. We are on those places. But no, seriously, you need us. We're on Facebook primarily with the NeverBroken Society of Misfits page. If you need anything, please reach out to one of us. It would just instantly make our day to be able to help you. And if you need anything, I am available at 308-530-2410. I stand by that. I'm willing to give my personal number out to you guys first. Don't call me unless you don't want me to answer first. If you shoot me a text and then let me know what's going on, I'll answer. But it's any of us are going to be there for you. So I want you to know we take this. You have my personal number. If you need anything, let us know. Okay. I appreciate you guys listening to us. Please send us your input. We do have our constant contest going where if you submit an idea, we use it. You get entered to win a t-shirt or surprises. So keep submitting your ideas to us. We are listening. And TJ, anything else you got?
Yeah, like always, just if someone calls or texts you and saying they're having issues, don't be a fucking cocksucker and tell them to go fuck themselves or to man up. Don't be a bitch. Just fucking listen to their issues and try to give them decent advice. Rather than, what I was saying, just we're trying to break that stigma because men have a hard time opening up to begin with. It's just the way, we've been brought up in our society. But fucking reach out and touch somebody. Reach out and touch someone. That's all I gotta say. Somebody that you've served with, worked with, somebody you haven't heard from in a long time. Say maybe one of your friends always posts on Facebook, posting dank ass memes, and they haven't posted any dank ass memes in like a month. Just fucking hit them up. Be like, hey man, like what's going on? Are you all right? Or how you been? It's been a while since I've seen you or heard from you. You know what I mean? Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Exactly. Exactly, man. We want everyone to fucking reach out to each other, so keep doing that. That being said, I didn't fucking learn anything that I didn't want to learn this episode. But what I did learn is fast motherfuckers, and I appreciate that. TJ, what'd you learn?
Yeah,
Yeah.
great response. Fucking $1 million response right there. Oh my god. I mean, you should be a sergeant major with speeches like that. Holy shit, man.
Over to you.
I mean, you should have fucking just been like, here. Hey, I'm not saying I'm the best, but maybe just go up there and be like, hey, like clearly after all this, wisdom, experience. You know what? That's what it's gonna take. We can all learn from this. Take notes during this podcast or some shit. Look out for each other. Don't be a fucking cocksucker to your battle buddy to your left and right.
I said that. I already said that.
law enforcement, first responder, military, whatever, civilian. I don't give a fuck. If you're fucking struggling, man, you're struggling. Reach out to somebody. Take care of each other. You know.
I
But
fucking said that. What did you learn, Rob?
you said yeah.
What did you learn?
I learned, we all have very like mindsets. I met a complete stranger to me today, and you know what? We have very similar mindsets. We have a lot in common. And I might not know it yet, but probably just met a couple hundred other people, or maybe even more, that have similar mindsets that, I'm desperate for friends. I don't have any friends. Like, I got,
you're a
You
fucking
and me
dick.
both, brother.
I am a
You and
fucking
me both.
dick. I'm pretty sure everybody in this fucking podcast right now is a dick in some sort of way or fashion. Some are just bigger than others, just like the real world. But anyway,
It happens.
I just got to compensate for my. Never mind. One dick's just bigger than the
Like
other.
motherfuckers that listen to this show.
I'm just surprised we didn't start talking about dicks till the very end.
Yeah,
It
me
took a
too.
long time.
Anyways,
About an hour and a half.
anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you. And thanks for tuning in for this week. It's been another fantastic episode. And I love you guys. Thank you. Have a great fucking night. It's not going to fucking work. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, we'll work on that.
What are we
Yeah,
working
we'll
on?
work on the internet. The outro music
Yeah,
and
we-
shit like